Hello, 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 and welcome to the episode of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host here to talk about the greatest thing in the world, professional about professional wrestling. And hope you guys had an amazing week. It is Friday. Those who are celebrating a beautiful Friday, hopefully that you guys are, partying and hanging out safely, of course. Partying by drinking a whole bunch of root beer, I'm just kidding. No, definitely, making sure you guys, during the holiday season, making sure that you guys are, holding your loved ones closer. And, just having, just creating memories that are going to last, for a lifetime. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We have a great show for you today, all lined up. Today we're going to talk about, we have our WWE Smackdown sneak peek. We're also going to talk about Saturday night's main event. We're going to talk about TNA Final Resolution, which is, already, I think it's heading toward the end. We're going to talk about that. I've not checked any, I don't have any results, no recaps, so we're going to go in absolute blind. We're going to have fun with it, give you guys my predictions, and if it happens, cool. But if it doesn't, I'm just your average, ordinary wrestling fans who loves to spread lies and conspiracy theories. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not that type of guy. Then we're going to cap it off our fourth and fifth segment. We're going to talk about wrestling power rankings. We're going to start off with the women's, and then we're going to end with we're going to talk about the top 10 men. Obviously haven't done this for, quite some time. I feel like, at first I was kind of doing it, I was kind of doing it weekly, and I feel like it was a lot of the same names, all the time. So I was like, I think I'm going to cut it to, it was bi-weekly, and then I was like, yeah, still, so we'll do, start doing some monthly power rankings. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into our first segment. We're going to sneak peek some Friday Night Smackdown, but before we do any of that, I just want to remind you guys to go ahead and hit up that super chat, whether if you got a burning question or a hot take in terms of the world of professional wrestling. Here at the GSMC Sports Network, we are all ears to shoulders, making sure you guys feel like your voice is part of the mix, so make sure you guys do not be shy. Drop your thoughts inside that chat, and if you really want to make sure your comment, question, or concern gets noticed, why not use that super chat? Go ahead and click that $sign right there, which guarantees anything you guys put inside that chat box is going to be talked about, maybe even debated about on live air. Also, it's a great way to support the channel. It's a great way to support the GSMC Sports Network. All these amazing podcasters with one goal in mind. Our passion is to make sure that you guys consume all the sports content that you guys love so dang much. And guess what? It's absolutely 1,010% free. Just throw us a bone here and there. You know what I mean? We are super grateful for each and every one of you guys who joins us here daily on the GSMC Sports Network. Your support makes all the difference. Let's keep the conversation going. Let's get this party started. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome, and together we will make sure this podcast is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. Once again, that the super chat, not your thing. It's all good. Just want to make sure that you guys feel like you guys are a part of the mix. Go ahead and hit up that tips and donations link at the GSMCpodcast.net. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Just remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show. Follow the network here, the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity, 1,010%. But of course, in terms of talking sports, it's inevitable. There's going to be some disagreements, some criticisms, and it's all good. It's already water under the bridge. It's all gravy, baby. Don't even worry about it. Just hit it up inside that chat so we can have some fun, so you guys can feel like this is our wrestling podcast, and it's it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be cool. All right, we have a WWE Smackdown sneak peek. We have a great show. Obviously, WWE Smackdown is going to be emanating from the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut. Tonight we're going to see Carmelo Hayes going up against TBA, to be announced. I feel like it could be a familiar face in NXT. I was kind of thinking, I don't know why I was thinking Ilya Dragunov, the Mad Dragon, obviously them kind of fighting in NXT. It would be crazy if, Trick Williams came out of nowhere, but I doubt. Obviously that's an absolute huge, conspiracy theory that probably won't come to mind. I think it's going to be a familiar foe. It has to be a familiar foe, or else why wouldn't it be announced? You know what I mean? So, or it might be somebody from Raw, looking to make a name on SmackDown. Maybe it could, what? No, it's not Sami Zayn, because he's kind of starting his thing with Drew McIntyre on Raw. A couple of names obviously pop up. I'm not too sure. Imagine if it's the LA Knight. Oh God, I'm gonna be upset. If it's Andrade, I gotta be honest. I'm gonna be a little upset. Carmelo Hayes. He needs something fresh. He's young. He's very, very, very talented. He's something hot on the market. If you let the flame go out, or if you let the flame sit too long, it kind of fizzles out. So I feel like this opponent needs to bring out the best of Carmelo Hayes, and of course vice versa. All right, we got a Women's United States Championship semifinal. We got Bayley taking on Chelsea Green. Bayley, this match is 50-50. I really honestly don't know how this match could possibly go. If Bayley wins, obviously, kind of having a veteran hold the inaugural Women's United States Championship is a good idea. Really wouldn't have any problems with Bayley moving on. Chelsea Green, kind of like what I was talking about with Carmelo Hayes. Something new, something fresh, absolutely hot on the market. Chelsea Green is a great heel as she, definitely gets under the skin of WWE superstars as well as management and sometimes under the crowd. But the crowd loves her. The crowd absolutely love her no matter what. And when she comes out, people notice. And, it would be nice to kind of see Chelsea Green get into that because we've seen her wrestle inside the ring. She's not just that classic, typical, smash spot kind of opponent. She puts on good matches. She's able to kind of put on a show for the audience. So it wouldn't surprise me if she won the title as well. And to be honest, it would be, not poetic justice because I feel like, ever since she kind of made her way onto the WWE main brand, she's been kind of that, not like a joke. I don't want to say that because that sounds kind of mean. But, through comedic purposes, she kind of reminds me of like an Alicia Fox kind of character, but she can still kick some ass, of course. I feel like her time her time has come. Her time has definitely come. She, when you speak about the inaugural Women's United States Champion, you think about Chelsea Green, it seems like it pops. When you think about maybe Bayley winning, you think, oh, it's cool. Obviously, a veteran in WWE had it, sometimes 9 times out of 10, at least in my eyes. I'm kind of like, you know what? You could have saw this coming. Obviously, when the mid-card title was introduced. Bayley, a former women's WWE champion. Obviously, Bayley, well-deserving. She put in the time as well. It seemed like the safe bet to kind of put the title on her while WWE kind of goes through this new transformation as WWE Smackdown is heading toward 3 hours of action. So having Chelsea Green win, it'd be kind of like new, fresh. Having Bayley win and move on, I feel like if Bayley wins, I think she's going to win the whole thing. If Chelsea Green wins tonight, that means the person on the other, the match on the other side, and we're going to talk about right now, is going to be much more important. You know what I mean? Not much more important. I'm not trying to say, it doesn't matter because, Bayley's just going to win anyways. But, if Chelsea Green wins, it'd be kind of cool to be like, okay, all right, so now who's going to be, representing, not the babyface role per se, but, not the Chelsea Green role, because Chelsea Green, she's one of a kind. She definitely, she has all eyes on her whenever she steps inside the arena. So, it should be a good match. Women's United States Championship Tournament semifinal match number 2. Mi Chin takes on Tiffany Stratton. If Bayley wins, I feel like Tiffany Stratton will win. So you have the Tiffany Stratton, young, rising star, newly acquired taste for the WWE Universe, taking on the veteran Bayley. That would be interesting if Bayley would win, in Saturday night's main event. If you have Mi Chin defeat Tiffany Stratton, right now, Mi Chin, she's cool. Obviously she's from, where I'm at in Southern California. She's from Fontana, California. So obviously got to represent the hometown hero there. But, I just don't see why Tiffany Stratton want to win. Tiffany Stratton in the finals against Bayley, against Chelsea Green, against Chelsea Green. I like Mi Chin, but I don't think it's her time yet per se. She has put her time inside, wrestling and stuff like that. But, I don't know. I just don't think it's time yet. Don't hate me, and I'm not a Mi Chin hater, as I told you. But Tiffany Stratton, she just has that pop, and Chelsea Green has that pop. If Bayley versus Mi Chin was the final, I gotta be honest, it would seem a little dry. So it'd be kind of cool to see this, both of these personalities that are absolutely in your face, Tiffany Stratton, and in your face Chelsea Green, It would be kind of cool to see these two go at it in the finals, being honest. That would be obviously my fantasy pick who I would want to see go to the end. But, who knows? All right, we have Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens have their final word before Saturday night's main event. I talked about this on the podcast, how Kevin Owens, I feel like he needs to win. I feel like at this point in juncture, even, Hall of Famer Booker T and NXT commentator Booker, said that if Kevin Owens wins and if he somehow defeats, Cody Rhodes, it'd be good for him. It'd be good for him right now. WWE is super hot. They could definitely, try some stuff. They can experiment with some superstars. Obviously, heading toward this WWE Netflix, era, where you kind of, you have a new flavor. Like, I don't want to compare Cody Rhodes to, like I was talking about with Bayley, when WWE decided to put the championship on him, they had such a huge run with Roman, it was amazing. And they were like, okay, we made Roman kind of essentially seem unstoppable. We made his reign, they did their due diligence to make Roman Reigns into, a top tier superstar, as a heel. And then fans now, they love him. It's crazy. WWE creative definitely did something right in that aspect. And then so you have Cody Rhodes come back. Obviously, it was like, okay, Roman's going to definitely take some time off, and he did. So we need kind of like a stable champion, Seth Rollins was injured. CM Punk was injured as well. And then they're like, okay, let's put the title on Damian Priest. And, let's let Gunther come, and then that all started. So, safe bet, obviously having Cody Rhodes win, but it could be bad for Kevin Owens' character. And Kevin Owens has such a chip on his shoulder because during his reign as a Universal Champion, it was kind of lackluster. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of it, although I love his work. Every single time Kevin Owens steps inside the ring, it doesn't matter if someone's much bigger than him. It doesn't matter if someone's much smaller than him. He makes himself and the other opponent look great inside that squared circle. It's a game of respect for Kevin Owens. It's a game of respect. Obviously, this storyline of, stabbing his best friend in the back, teaming up with Roman Reigns, who tried to end Kevin Owens' career. It's personal. It's very personal, and I like how WWE's kind of, creating this personal aspect, especially with the use of social media within professional wrestling standards as of this, day and age. So Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, I feel like this might be, like SmackDown kind of last week, how these guys are going to be beating the holy hell out of each other. Would be crazy if you kind of have a match stipulation added to this match. Maybe like a no holds barred, maybe a false count anywhere, an I quit match. Obviously this is the Attitude Era speaking. Inside me where I'm like, let's add some violence to this. I'm just kidding, no. But it's going to be a great match. I really would like to see, Kevin Owens wins the title, but, Randy Orton definitely waiting in the wings. That seems like the safe bet. That's probably going to happen at Saturday night's main event. So Kevin Owens will lose. He'll lose. But it's not like his character will be destroyed. It'll be like, I would have won if, Randy Orton never would have came, yada, yada, yada. But then also Bully Ray, one of the hosts of the Busted Open podcast and WWE Hall of Famer, mentioned that The Rock could come back. The Rock stated before he left WWE to film his movie, he told Cody Rhodes that this might be the end of the story with you and Roman, but overall this is going to be the start of the story between me and you. It could be something. Like I said, there's a couple of outs there, and all in all, I feel like it's going to be pretty awesome. All right, so enough talking about Saturday night's main event because we're going to talk about predictions right now. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about 30 seconds. So hey, do not go anywhere.